How are you guys doing today?
Good.
All right, we're going to start with a prayer, okay?
Okay.
In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, boys and girls, I've got a confession to make. I didn't play hockey as a kid. Nope, I didn't play hockey as a kid. But I did play two sports growing up in 5th grade through 8th grade. I played flag football and basketball.
You
guys like those? Okay, so I'd like to share with you a little bit about my story growing up playing sports. So 5th grade started the season where we would start playing other schools, okay, and we would be on a team with the kids we're going to class with during the day. It was great. And the first season, 5th grade year, was flag football. And I'll be the first to admit, I definitely wasn't the best player on the team. I wanted to play center on the flag football team because I knew I wouldn't have to run that much. Okay? We had a good team, we had a good season, but then basketball season came. And basketball season, it's a little difficult to avoid running in basketball because you're running all the time, right? Kind of had a rough season myself. Didn't get to score a basket my first season, but then my second season, I scored about halfway through the season, and the whole gym went completely insane. Right? When someone scores a goal on your team, right, that maybe doesn't score that often, doesn't everyone just cheer for the guy or cheer for the girl, right? That's pretty cool. I'm gonna fast forward to 8th grade year. And in 8th grade year, we get this award, okay? The one person from each sport gets an award for one person on that team, okay? And my coaches picked me to get the basketball award. And I thought to myself, no way, I'm not the best scorer on the team. Why did I get the award? I got the award because my coaches saw a lot more in me than just someone who couldn't score a lot. They saw someone who had sportsmanship and leadership. And I think my story, looking back at that, reminds me of a story from the gospel that Jesus tells us in the Gospel of Luke. Okay, so we're going to read that right now. When Jesus looked up, he saw some wealthy people putting their offerings into the treasury. And he noticed a poor widow putting in 2 small coins. He said, I tell you truly, this poor widow put in all more than all the rest. For those others have all made offerings from their surplus wealth, but she, from her poverty, has offered her whole livelihood. So Jesus knew that this poor widow couldn't give that much, right? When you guys are playing hockey, does it seem like sometimes you just can't do as good as you want to do? Does it seem like you want to score all these goals, you want to make all the assists, but you just can't? Maybe you're just having a bad day, maybe the other team's just really good. So sometimes we feel like this poor woman where the only thing we can do is give in this tiny amount. Okay, but what does Jesus tell us? Jesus tells us that God looks with lots of favor on this poor woman because she gives all that she has, even when it only seems like a little. I bet your coaches really appreciate it when you give all that you can in a game or at practice, even when it seems like you're having a bad day, right? Well, the same is true in our faith. Sometimes to pray, it seems like we don't have any time during the day, right? We have school, practice, games, other activities, other clubs. We have to hang out with our friends, our family, right? So sometimes it seems like we don't have any time to pray. Like this poor widow. We only have a very little amount. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't pray. That means the little time we have to pray, we should give that gift to God. And God will do amazing things with that prayer in our lives, okay? Maybe it seems like we only have 2 minutes a day to pray. You know what we should do? We should take those 2 minutes and just sit in quiet and talk to Jesus in our hearts. Can we do that? So maybe we don't have 2 small coins like the woman in the gospel. Maybe we just have these 2 minutes. Okay? But maybe we want to pray a rosary. You guys know how many prayers are in a rosary? How many Hail Mary beads are in a rosary?
I don't have my 50.
50 Hail Marys, 5 decades of the rosary. Right, and we got the other 3 at the beginning, so 53. Maybe you think, 53 beads in a rosary, I can't pray that many. Maybe you start with 1 decade a day, and another decade the next day, and then at the end, you have a full rosary. So little things like that really add up. This poor widow in the gospel, Jesus says, gave everything she had. So I think we can learn from this poor widow and give her what little time we have to God in prayer. Right? And just to close, my 7th grade year, I was playing in this game and I managed to score a free throw in this basketball game, which is 1 point, right? And I was pretty happy because I didn't score in every game, right? But I had this 1 point. And the priest from my parish was at this game, and he said to someone in my family, wow, Stephen, he should be proud of that basket. Right? Because he tried his best, and he did it. Sometimes your coaches will tell you, you should be proud of something you did in the game. In our life of faith, in our life of prayer, God looks at you and says, I'm happy that you gave me this gift of prayer today. Okay, so as we go on, throughout the rest of this camp, and throughout the rest of our lives, let's try to give God the best gifts we can, especially the gift of prayer, even when it seems like a very little bit. God will be greatly appreciative and will do amazing things in our lives when we can give God that little bit. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.